up, though? This is Brian Onrea. You are now rocking with the Onrea Initiative podcast show. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm not in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? I'm really upset that the Detroit Lions lost in the NFC Championship. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, though. I got on my Detroit versus everybody hoodie because it's still Detroit versus everybody. But I think it was Detroit versus Detroit because I think we beat ourselves in that game. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, though. I'm angry and I'm upset. Sort of like Eminem was when he dissed Ray Benzino on Doomsday Part 2 off Cole Bennett's Lyrical Lemonade album. So I want to get into that. Let's get into this Eminem Benzino diss. I posted a little short video on it when it first happened on Friday. But Friday, Eminem kind of shook the internet a little bit, caused a little bit of a stir when this Lyrical Lemonade Doomsday Part 2 disc came out. First of all, the beat was produced off of a sample off Eminem's classic song Role Model, you know what I'm saying, which I talked about. Let's get into the lyrics, though. I want to break it down because Eminem had a lot of bars for Benzino, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Eminem starts off controversial. One thing he said, words come together like birds of a feather. If I need a walker like Herschel, I'm better than all of you effing little twerps put together. But I'm not trying to be controversial. I'd rather talk about stuff for the purpose that matters. Like who had the second verse of Forever. So right off the bat, he's not throwing shots at Drake and Kanye, but he's like just saying that he had the best verse on the Forever song. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Drake Forever featuring Kanye West and Eminem. You know what I'm saying? He's saying he had the best verse on there. So right off the bat, Eminem is saying, look, if anybody wants smoke, I got smoke for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So Eminem is just kind of in his rapping phase right now. Well, he's been in his rapping phase since he came out. But I think he's daring Drake or Kanye to say anything because he had the best verse on Forever, you know what I'm saying? In a competitive way. I think that's what he's saying. Now we talked about Benzino. He said, now I got a riddle. One condition, you mustn't laugh. What's the opposite of Benzino? A giraffe. You know, because everybody talks about Benzino don't got no neck. You know what I'm saying? That's a joke that's been said about Benzino for years and years and years. He talked about how he's so short, you know, he can't touch his hands. Then he said, he talked about Benzino being caught sleeping in a Red Roof Inn. You know, Benzino was once the owner of the Source magazine, the biggest hip hop publication that there was at the time in the 90s. And he was caught staying in the Red Roof Inn. So we talked about that. He said, you know, go at his neck. How can I go at something he doesn't have? He said, you can listen to it yourself, man. He was talking about, you know, I hear that you've been creeping on the low at the Red Roof Inn. You know, and he just talked about how he wouldn't get a feature from Coi Leray, you know, because Coi Leray is Benzino's daughter. And like I said in the video, you know, Benzino been going at Eminem for years and years and years. Benzino been going at Eminem. So Eminem finally responded. Remember, Nail in the Coffin came out in, I don't know, 2003, 2001, somewhere around there, when Eminem, you know, said, I would never claim to be no Ray Benzino, and he kind of went off. Well, they have been going back and forth since then, you know what I'm saying? But Eminem hadn't said much. Eminem kind of put the nail in the coffin disc, but Benzino been throwing shots. I think even in 2020, he said, you know, I'm done with this Eminem situation. Ain't no beef with Eminem. They need to go back and talk stuff about Eminem again. So he kept throwing shots over and over and over again. In various interviews, Eminem hadn't said anything. So I think that Benzino had this coming. Did y'all listen to it? Let me know what y'all think about it, man. Do y'all think that that Benzino should come back? Benzino already came out and said that he was going to respond within 24 hours. It's been, I think, 72 hours and still no response from Benzino, which is good because I don't think, you know, I think Benzino responding to Eminem will be the equivalent of Melly Mel dissing Eminem. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would land. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of disses that land, Megan Thee Stallion put out a song, Hiss, on Friday. And really Megan Thee Stallion in the song, she was pretty much not saying no names, but she was throwing shots at dudes that talked about her. I know DaBaby talked about her. Tory Lanez talked about her. I think Blueface had something to say about her. And she was just kind of shooting shots at dudes. But she had a shot for Nicki Minaj in the song. She said, "These garden tools don't be mad at Megan. They mad at Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee you don't want me to start." Megan's law is a law aimed to protect innocent children from pedophiles, named after a little girl named Megan who was raped and I believe murdered. Very terrible situation. A lot of folks are saying that Megan shouldn't have brought up Megan's law, but I think that her point was that Nicki Minaj's husband is a registered sex offender, so she's bringing awareness to that, what I'm saying, and saying that Nicki is mad because her husband, can't go to amusement parks or wherever kids are, he can't go. She said, talking about Nicki Minaj, I believe, "You never finna check me. Every chance you get, you won't address me." So to me, that sounds like a challenge. Like Megan is challenging Nicki Minaj. Like, you know what? You scared to address me. So what Nicki did, Nicki put out a whole song called Bigfoot. Now the song title and album cover already is hilarious. So when you're talking about who won the beef, automatically Nicki get points for just the album cover. It's a picture of her high heel boot in like a Bigfoot, stepping in a Bigfoot print. That's hilarious. Right off the bat, Nicki went at her, and then Nicki was real funny, man. She was real funny. She had a whole verse towards her. This little begging whore talking about Megan's law. For a free beat, you can hit Megan raw. That's a shot, because we seen Megan with a lot of dudes, over the years, She said, if you a ghostwriter, party in Megan's jaw. And Megan was dating the ghostwriter Party, who wrote stuff for Nicki Minaj and other people. Cardi B. Party wrote for Cardi B and other people. It says, I guess she needed money bags for them Trey songs. She G-Eazy, Carl made her crawl for it. So she basically accusing Megan Thee Stallion of sleeping with Moneybagg Yo, which he dated Trey Songz, G-Eazy. I think she dated G-Eazy for a minute. And Carl Crawford is the owner of her label 1501. So she's making allegations there too. You know what I'm saying? Then this is where Nicki went below the belt. She said, cause she lying on your dead mama. Lying on your dead mama. Lying on your dead. She said it like 5-6 times in a row. Lying on your dead mama. Lying on your dead mama. Now, Nicki Minaj's mother passed away, I think, in 2019. So Nicki Minaj is like kind of going below the belt, man, talking about her dead mother, lying on your dead mother, Bringing up the dead. Listen, when it comes to beef, there's no rules in hip-hop beef. There's no rules, so there's no such thing as taking it too far. But just be prepared when you go below the belt, it's no holds barred. So Nicki totally went below the belt, talking about Megan Thee Stallion's mother. And rest in peace to her mother. Rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see, how Megan Thee Stallion responds. But hip-hop beef, I love hip-hop beef as long as it stays on the record. I don't like when hip-hop beef spills over into real life. But I like artists get creative, going there and writing a diss song, So a lot of folks are saying that Megan Thee Stallion won this battle, but I think it's just getting started. You can't really compare, because Megan Thee Stallion had a couple bars towards Nicki. Nicki had a whole song, and Nicki came out with it in like 2 days, 48 hours. To me, in beef, that means something when an artist can come back quick like that. And in the song, Nicki keeps saying that she got a whole lot more to say. That she can, go further. That she you don't want me to come out with part 2. I got much more to say. So we'll see about that, man. But I think that personally, Nicki's in the lead in this because Nicki gave her, and she rapping over a Detroit-inspired beat. A lot of folks are saying the beat was whack, but they always say Detroit beats was whack. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody rapping on the Detroit beat. But I'm gonna give it to Nicki for this round. Also this weekend, man, I watched this Griselda show on Netflix. The Griselda Netflix series starring Sofia Vergara. Let me just tell you, man, Sofia Vergara is known for was it Modern Family? Like comedy and stuff. She did really well. Sofia is from Colombia. She's Colombian. She grew up, she lost a brother. Her brother was murdered dealing in this drug trade. So it's really personal for her. She said it took her 15 years to get this role and to do this. So it was a long time coming. The same folks that produced Narcos I think his name is Eric Newman, the producer of Narcos, produced this as well. You know what I'm saying? It has a dark feel to it. A lot of the actors that acted in Narcos acted in this, even though they play different characters. But it's a really, really good show. It's a limited series, 6 episodes, but it's really, 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 really good. You know what I'm saying? I've watched Cocaine Cowboys. That's how I found out about Griselda Blanco, the character that Sofia Vergara is portraying. Yeah, Griselda Blanco was a ruthless drug queen pin. You know what I'm saying? You can do the history on that. You can watch Cocaine Cowboys and you can do the background on that. But it's a really, really, really good show. Tell me what y'all think, man. I think it's really, really good. They're saying that Sofia Vergara deserves like an Emmy nomination, deserves an Emmy. She deserves some kind of awards because she did really, really, really good, man. Having said that, man, let me talk about the NFC and the AFC NFL championships. I'm really upset, but let me just cover it though. I predicted that it would be the Chiefs and Lions, and that's what it should have been. The Lions, talk about that first. The Lions had a 17-point lead at halftime. You know, had a big lead in the third quarter. We kept beating ourselves. We were missing catches. Dan Campbell always goes for it on fourth down. He could have kicked 2 field goals. We could have won the game. We lost by 3 points. I feel like if Dan Campbell had coached a little bit better, we would have won. I blame this loss on the coaching. I can't be too mad because Dan Campbell led us here. He got us here. But I think the coaching is just terrible down the stretch. And the players didn't execute. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very, very mad at that, man. There's a picture of Eminem at the 49ers game, giving them the middle finger to 49ers fans. And I want to make that the cover of this episode. I don't know if YouTube would like the middle fingers, so I don't know if I use that, but that's how I feel. You know, middle finger to all the 49ers fans, man, and the 49ers, because there's no way we should have lost that game. No way. Anyway, in the AFC Championship, the Chiefs beat the Ravens, which I predicted. The Ravens, man, couldn't really score a lot of points. You know, Kansas City defense came to play. They came to play, and they pretty much shut the Ravens down, man. The Ravens players scored their only touchdown. And they did the swag surfer celebration, you know, to kind of mock Taylor Swift. But in the end, man, you know, the defense played real good. And the end of the game, Patrick Mahomes, it was like 2 minutes or something left, and they needed a couple first downs to seal the game. And Pat Mahomes threw a big pass, man, to I forgot his name, Scanted. I don't even want to. He had a hyphenated last name. Don't want to pronounce it wrong, but he threw a pass, man, to seal the game. You know, for them get a first down. So they did what they had to do, man. You know, Kansas City, I think will probably win the Super Bowl again, man. You know, we'll see, man. I'm definitely rooting for them because the 49ers get on my nerves, man. We should have been there. You know, it should have been our year. So I'm still mad about that, man. I'm so mad that I think I'm gonna end this podcast. I don't have much more to say on the whole thing, man. Shout out to Hip Hop Beef, you know, Eminem, Benzino, Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj. Shout out to the Griselda show on Netflix, man. Shout out to you for watching this. You know, me showing up and doing this podcast lets you know that even when you're upset, you still gotta stay consistent. Because I didn't want to record this. I'm pretty upset, but I wanted to stay consistent and give y'all content, man. Be on the lookout for my top 11, man. I got 50 Cent top 11 coming. I got The Game top 11. I got DJ Quick top 11 coming. And a lot more top 11s, but more Eminem top 11s. Because I see y'all love the Eminem 11 Eminem produced songs. That video's doing real good. If you ain't watched it, go watch that. I'll put some of them in the comments. But yeah, stay consistent, man. Stay consistent. That's what I'm doing, is being consistent to give y'all content, to give y'all that good talk. Even though it's hard to be positive right now, it's very hard to be positive because I'm really upset. But I'm showing up for y'all. Even when you're upset, even when things don't go your way, show up. That's your lesson for today, man. Keep taking initiative for your life. Keep fighting for your dreams, man. Keep showing up for yourself to have the life that you want to have, man. Take initiative, man. That's the podcast for today. Our initiative. Let's get it.